We should probably lock the door.
Let me lock this one.
That one doesn't lock.
Seems like a
Hello.
error.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Hello.
We are now live.
We are now live.
What is going on?
What goes on?
Taylor's trying to cross her legs, but they're very long, and she's having a problem stuffing them between the chairs.
It was an issue.
Do you want me to lock this?
Yeah.
Is that locked?
All right, now that we've got you guys locked in here, let's get started.
Okay. So typically we go, well, and by we I mean mostly Jenni-Lyn, goes live in the Snark Squad Facebook group, which we will link in the comments throughout this whole deal. But typically she goes live and offers all kinds of value and fun and inspiration and insights. But we wanted to do this live today on our Snarky Tea main Facebook page in honor of Women's History Month.
Happy Women's History Month.
Happy Women's History Month. So Jenni-Lyn, which she'll share more about, has a very, very strong passion for supporting women, mothers, all that sort of thing. And so we wanted to kind of talk about it together and what that shared mission is, how that comes through in the way that things are done with Snarky Tea and all of those sorts of things. And if you stay tuned until the end, we're going to do a little giveaway.
Prizes, prizes, prizes.
So pay attention.
Hey!
Pay attention because there will literally be a quiz at the end.
Literally, I have to watch my volume control. Make sure I'm not shouting. Do you have that microphone thing up?
Do I?
Am I screaming? Am I screaming?
Girl.
Girl
She
power.
said, why am I nervous?
Hey, Sora. Are you
Okay.
nervous?
Beyond.
Also, we're celebrating because Taylor's in town. And, so we're all together, so why not do this fun little thing? And if you love this, again, make sure you join our Snark Squad because there is more fun to be had over there.
Yeah.
Let's get into some questions. If you have a question, you can drop it in the chat and we will try to get to it. If not, we'll get to it at another time. All right.
Smart says you're not loud.
Okay, great.
Not loud. Okay.
Great. Let's gab with the girls.
Let's
do
go.
it.
Okay. So this is for both of you.
Okay.
What's your favorite tea at Snarky Tea?
We have the same one.
You do?
I feel like we do. We
Like
always,
full-time tea, right?
we
We're
both-
excluding limited
Yeah.
batch.
Well, what?
I don't
you can
know.
include them
Any
in that.
of
Should we
them.
say our favorite full-time and our favorite
Okay, ready?
limited
1,
batch?
2, 3, go.
Glow.
We have talked
Why?
about this ad nauseum. We both
In
love
this
Glow.
pod, yeah.
It's the best full timer
Yes.
because it's
Easily.
fruity. It's also beneficial. It's great for your skin, your overall hydration. It's fun. The color is a vibe. If I'm going somewhere and I'm
It's
dressed
purple, right?
to impress, and I'm carrying my tumbler, I want people to ask me what's in it, and so Glow is the obvious choice. It's purple. It's so fun.
Okay.
What was your limited batch fave?
Yes, you can take notes.
My limited batch fave is now honey lemon TLC.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
See, this is what happens though. If we get a limited batch phase, it becomes a permie.
Yeah.
Wow.
So even the honey lemon, we're now considering keeping it on
Yeah.
for almost all of the year.
My favorite tea of the month blend that we've ever done,
Caramel cake was
caramel
mine.
cake.
It's winning.
I went through like 3 bags of it.
Caramel cake because it was a good mixy. So if you guys are not familiar with our Snark Squad and you're not in our Snark Squad and you're wondering who's this Samara up in the comments, Samara is our chief snarkologist, mixologist.
I said it with you.
She's our mixologist in the group, and the fun thing about loose leaf is you can take a little of this and a little of that and put it in the same. If you're using a disposable tea bag, you can pour them in there, or you can put it in a single cup steeper or in your travel tumbler. You can put 2 different teas in there and experiment. So with caramel cake, that pretty much gave like a desserty flavor to any of the other blends. So if you wanted to throw it in with something else, you would have like a little caramel center to whatever blend. So that's why Tea of the Month Club, that was definitely probably my favorite one.
Love
Okay.
it. That was a good answer. I love how you all have the same favorite.
What's your favorite one?
Yeah.
Well, okay. I'm new, so, I haven't tried everything. But I feel like this is going to be lame, maybe.
Go
but
ahead.
my favorite is sweet marzipan.
I know. Well, you do like a rooibos.
Yeah.
But Glow is a rooibos too.
I haven't tried that yet, actually.
You haven't tried Glow?
No.
Oh my God.
Oh, I feel like we need to make her a cup when we're done.
This is crazy.
And when you say it's a good full-timer, you mean like year-round tea?
Always here. Yeah.
Oh, always
try-
here.
Always
Permanent.
Yeah.
here. Year round.
Okay.
January through January.
I don't know, things that make me feel comfy and cozy.
This one's more fruity than comfy cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
definitely
but
a
I
summer
like
vibe.
that for cold brew.
Yeah. You should try Cheer too. Very comfy
Mhm.
cozy.
Definitely. That's one of my favorite, like, nighttime teas.
Cool.
They're all my favorite, honestly.
Truly.
Okay, let's move on. Let's keep this thing going.
Let's go.
So you're really passionate about empowering women, supporting women. Where did that come from, and why is that so important to you?
I say this a lot as well. I'm a big repeater because it's my truth. I'm a 90s kid, y'all, and the Spice Girls. I mean, during my most impressionable years, I was taught that this group comes along. First of all, they're British, which is such a vibe. They had a movie. I don't know if anybody else saw the Spice Girls movie. If you
Yes,
haven't,
of
I hope it
course.
streams online. I'm going to actually make my kid watch it. What I loved about being a 90s kid was, number one, you had Lisa Frank popping off. So we were like kids today are like cream and beige is like the landscape for them.
Beige
We
babies.
grew up in the Lisa Frank era. Like, that's why The Office is this color. Like, we're here, we're vibrant, we're embracing color, and then the Spice Girls come along, and it's like female friendships. What are female friendships? How important they are. How if we bond together, we have girl power. I mean, it was like a magical superhero. You were a girl, you were a superhero. Like, that had never happened up to that point. Like, we had Wonder Woman, that's about it. But when girl power happened, like, it was a magical transformation. I'm so happy that I lived through it. I wish there was another one, because I think now it's a lot of like girl on girl shit. Like, what is going on with these girls are bullying each other on the internet, and they're like celebrities, whether it's happening or not. It's like you see a lot of this girl versus this girl mentality. That wasn't it in the 90s. Like, we were Spice Girls generation. And what I also loved about the Spice Girls was each one of them was individual and unique. So they were all beautiful, and you got to like relate to one of them. They weren't all the same. They didn't all look the same. Now I feel like everybody wants to look the same. They all wanted to look different. They had their own little character that they were going into. None of them were perfect. Like, they all had like, Sporty had the teeth going on, like, and it was a vibe. It was great. Like, we loved it. We were here for it. They embraced their imperfections. They were like telling you that you were still powerful and that you need to lean on your girlfriends. I had all the fucking dolls. I went to all the concerts. I just loved it. And you had the platform shoe, which was nice. So anyway, it's in me. It's part of my upbringing. Those were my impressionable years, and I am a girl power. I was never one of those people that's like, I don't get along with other girls. Like, I find that to be so sad that anybody ever feels like that. Is tragic. And I think it's a messaging thing, and I think we need to have more girl bands.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's why. And I just, as I've become older, I see a lot of that isn't in people. And I'm like, were you not a fan of the Spice Girls? Like, what happened? What happened during your impressionable years? You weren't watching, you weren't a Spice Girl fan? What happened? Spice up your life.
Who's your favorite
All of them.
Spice? I like Ginger.
I loved Ginger. Dyed my hair red in high school. Believe that was some repressed Ginger memories. Baby Spice was so into. Used to do the
Oh, yes.
ponytails.
Oh, yes.
I never was as posh as I should have been, but I could lean into that. Sporty was probably my least relatable, though I loved her energy. I just was never good at sports.
Yeah.
Scary, love Scary Spice.
Oh, she's
probably was a Scary Spice fan.
Yeah.
Probably first and foremost. She had the cute bell bottoms and the half top and the leopard print, and she was just like amazing. Anyway, so the Spice Girls are why I love women.
Emily Kennedy says, I need color like I need air.
Same, Emily.
Love that. It's true. You're right about the beige stuff. I saw somebody ask about you asked about the quiz. There's a literal quiz at the end. We're doing a giveaway. and there will be a quiz for the winner.
Pop quiz.
A pop quiz.
A little poppy quiz.
Okay. So you have an incredibly positive outlook on life. That's like your thing. So even though you have had your share of adversity, it's not like your life is without struggle. You know, there was the fire at the other warehouse and all of those sorts of things. Bad things have happened. How have you managed to kind of keep that positive perspective? How do you cultivate that? And what is something practical that people listening can do to develop that as well?
Okay, positivity. I always think about life a lot like when you post a picture on Instagram and you get to put your own filter on it. And you can put like a really bright filter on it and make the picture look like you're outside. Or you can put like one of those vintage ones, or you can put like a dark one, sepia tones. And it changes the way the picture looks. You can make it look like the picture was taken somewhere else. If the lighting is different. That's how I think about life. I think you get to put your own filter on it. You can't change some things. Shit happens. And you can either go, oh my God, why is my life terrible? Why does this sucky stuff keep happening to me? Or you can be, what was the thing I called? Toxically positive. Even during the fire, I was like, okay, like what are we supposed to learn from this? Number one, you know, we maybe need to listen up. The universe is trying to tell us something. Maybe we shouldn't be doing tea bags anymore, which is so funny because I tried to purchase a tea bag machine recently and the sale fell through at the last minute. So, okay, I listened, but then I tried again and then the universe was like, can you please stop? Okay. People love our loose leaf. That is true. So just like you get to look at it how you want to. Whether or not you believe that's true, that is the truth. I know because I live it every day. Something bad happens. My kids just got the stomach bug. I'm like, at least it was fast. You know, now we got it over with. We don't have to worry about it for the rest of the winter. Now it's over with. Or like trying to find something positive about it. Like I had a sleepover with my kid. It was on the bathroom floor. But we don't get to have those anymore because she's getting a little bit older. She doesn't sleep in my bed as much. It was nice. I slept with her on the bathroom floor. There's just you have a choice. Every single thing that happens to you, you get to say in your head how you are going to perceive that thing. Your most unique feature is your point of view. And that is what determines how you look at your life. Two people can experience the same exact event and somebody can say, wow, I'm so happy that happened, and somebody else can still be crying over it a year later. So I think that for my own sake, I stay positive, and for the sake of the people around me, I stay positive. But I think it's also a stress reducer. Like if something bad, I mean, if you're constantly positive or if you're incredibly optimistic, you can say, I don't attach to outcomes. So I do my best every day. I show up and I work hard and I do everything I'm supposed to do. And whatever the outcome is the outcome. I can't change the outcome. Once it leaves my hands, it's not my hands anymore. What am I going to do? Sweat over it, cry over it, stress over it, freak myself out, make myself sick? When I cannot change it. So I just show up and do my best. And then whatever happens, why would I be upset with what happens? If I did my best, and I know I did my best, and I always show up and do my best, then there's nothing to be upset about. You know? What do I want to do? Sit around and be sad? I can't. I like being happy. I'm addicted to being happy.
Oh.
I am.
I like that.
It's a slight addiction.
Addicted to happiness.
And I think if you want to work at it, you need to meditate. You got to get down with the quiet. You have to sit in nature, go outside, fucking hug a tree, kick a leaf, pick up an acorn, look at it. I mean, this world is so amazing. Like, you're such a small piece of such a gigantic, awesome thing. Like, enjoy it. Don't take everything so seriously. The tenets of Snarky Tea are health, humor, happiness. You need all three. You got to get the health from the tea. You got to get we try and bring a little of that sense of humor to you, but you should be happy. Like, that's the whole thing. So, okay. Does that answer the question?
Mm-hmm.
Meditate.
Yep.
You want to be happier, meditate and work at it. It's a muscle, just like anything else. If you want to get strong, you got to go to the gym. If you want to get happy, you got to meditate. You got to sit in peace. You got to redirect your energy towards being a happy person, towards, you know, obviously there are medical conditions that prevent some people from being able to tap into that. But if you are just somebody who just tends to be a pessimist, you can absolutely flip that. That is total possibility for you. Do not count yourself out. Build the muscle.
What do you think, Taylor?
I agree. I love the saying, like, all you can ever do is your best. Like, that's the most you can ever do. So I agree with what she's saying about, like, as long as you show up and you know you did your best, then there's no other way to look at something. And I'm a person that struggles with anxiety, and so sometimes I have to remind myself, like, no. Like, you did everything you could, and it's fine, and that's how it's supposed to happen. And she is absolutely an eternal optimist, and my partner, Evan, is, like, an eternal pessimist. So I'm in between these two people every day who are pulling me into different directions.
I live with a pessimist, too. Yeah.
Really?
So I'm pretty good at being right in the middle with, like, okay, I can appreciate aggressive optimism. I can also see
aggressive.
I can see points for the pessimism because sometimes he's grounding. Like, he's like, no, like, it's not that big of a deal. I'm like, no, it's great. And he's like, you
keep you in the earth.
He's like, you made a decent chicken sandwich. What are you talking about? I'm like, no, it's like the best thing
Celebrate
I've ever
the
made.
chicken sandwiches.
Yeah. So I agree. I think it's great. I'm not great with meditation or any of that stuff because I'm too in my head. But that's like she said, it's a muscle. You have to work at it. So
it's true.
You should be meditating.
I know I should.
I listened to this Glennon Doyle podcast. We Can Do Hard Things. Have you all listened to that?
I feel like the book created a big buzz.
Yeah. So she had a really cool tip, which was like play whatever your vibe is, like as in play music, like whatever you want your vibe to be. Sorry, not what your vibe is. Whatever you want your vibe to be, just play music in that vibe.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like a way to transport yourself there. And I know you are a big believer in that. So
Absolutely.
I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, some people think it's weird that if I'm sad and I want to sit in that sadness, I'm playing sad music.
Yeah.
15 minutes. You gotta give yourself time limit.
Are you watching Shrinking?
I am.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
It's really
It's
good.
really good. Yeah.
I
Breathe
need
hard
to
for
see
15 minutes.
The number one word I would use to describe myself, which I was thinking about this the other day, is quirky. Like, I would probably use that word.
Absolutely.
And anytime a quirky TV show comes on, people text me and say, hey, my cousin texted me and she said, I think you would love the show. It's really quirky.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my, just ID'd that as my number one word.
That's funny. So how do you like turn around, like as an eternal optimist, how do you turn around dark moments? Like, because they come, do you, like, do you have like a ritual or anything that you do that kind of gets you out of that?
I struggle a little. I'm just like everybody else with my Scorpio. My Pluto's in Scorpio. So I have a dark side too. And I had my first real trauma, like a year and a half ago. I cry every time I think about it. But it was a very traumatic event. My son almost drowned. And it was like so crazy. I can't really even think about it a lot still. But it'll creep in sometimes, and I'm like, okay, that was really crazy. You went through that experience, but where are you right now? Are you safe? Yes, I'm safe right now. Is he safe right now? Yes. Could the outcome have been a lot worse? Sure, but it's not. It's not the outcome that happened. And luckily, that's not the outcome that happened. I've never experienced horrible trauma where obviously that could have went the other way. I don't know what you do in that situation. And that's why I always say I have a hard time saying everything happens for a reason, because horrible things happen. And it's really hard to justify some things in the world. So I've never experienced, so I can't speak to that. But from the trauma that I've experienced, the one thing I do is go, is everything okay? Everything's okay. You're okay. You're safe. Everything's good. Everybody's all right.
Yeah.
You're still okay. As far as like super dark moments, I haven't been, there's been, I speak specifically about, I think about death as like the darkest. But then again, I also have a different opinion of death.
Now we're talking about death.
Now we're talking about death. Welcome to our podcast. People do die, and it's really sad. But there's also a beauty in just like life and becoming part of the eternal energy of the universe. So I don't know. It's hard, man. How do I pull myself out of darkness? I just remind myself I'm safe. And I do something I love. Like I literally, there is a physical element to that too, because like if I'm feeling freaked out, I would just go like make myself. I had this girl that was an astrologer that I met with that said you have to actually physically act out sometimes. So I do that too. I literally will physically run in place and shake for a minute, and then I feel better.
Well, animals to release tension, they shake. Like,
Really?
every animal, I think. That's not a fact, okay? I'm just saying. Someone don't.
That's something she thinks.
But I'm pretty sure that at least most animals, in order to shake off something, they
physically shake
it off. Like my dog, whenever he's stressed, he'll yawn and then he'll shake and then he's good.
Interesting.
So I think there is some sort of physiological evidence to that, and interesting. Someone go fact check that somewhere.
Someone fact check us, please. We need a fact checker.
But it's a cool notion regardless. Shake it off.
Shake it off.
Oh, Taylor Swift.
We also are Taylor stans on this account. Sorry. If you don't like Taylor Swift, talk to the hand. Tay Swift fans. Taylor hates on Taylor. That's
Evan told me I'm his second favorite Taylor.
Oh my God.
Would you not kill Dave if he told you that?
Dave loves Taylor Swift as well.
He's fired.
Dave does.
It's over.
It's fine.
Evan. Okay, moving on. So you said that 3 core tenets, if you will, of Snarky Tea are health, humor, and happiness. So your mission to support women, how does that kind of intersect with what you're trying to do with Snarky Tea?
So, yeah, I think we often overlook the 3 core tenets, which took us a while to get to hammer them out.
And it took the pandemic for us to get that.
The one thing that's you see a lot is the health. People talk about health a lot. People talk about happiness a lot. I don't think people talk about having a sense of humor enough. Now I think it's coming into great focus as we talk about what's acceptable to say, whether it's, online or in person to people, have we lost our sense of humor? And in certain ways, it's a conversation that's really, I think, coming into focus right now. What is okay to say? What is still funny? What's not funny anymore? To me, the eternal things of humor are curse words and farts. That's it. They're always funny. There's no way that somebody doesn't drop the perfectly timed F-bomb. It's like an art. It's beautiful. You can't overuse it, but you can't underuse it. So I think for women, what are we doing for them? We're giving them a little bit of each of those things, right? We're making really healthy products that we do believe you should incorporate into your daily life. There's nothing here that you're gonna find that you're gonna have to say, oh, I can only have a little bit of that because it's bad for me. Nothing here like that. As far as the humor part is concerned, we put it on our packaging, we put it in our marketing. We try and be we're not like the other wellness companies that are just so focused on regurgitating the same information over and over again. We don't want you to feel excluded from the health community because you're not exactly a granola mom, or you use the kind of shampoo that has the glycerides and the oxi. I do too, you don't have to be perfect at it to be focused on your health. So if you feel excluded from those groups, and we want you to feel safe here, you're doing your best work. So we try to be relatable for people, and we try to introduce people who maybe would be shy away from a product like loose leaf tea because it feels a little too exclusionary. We want people to try it. You can feel safe here coming in here. We're not tea snobs. Try it. You should be drinking more tea. Period, end of story. You should be thinking about drinking more tea, because tea brings in, number one, obviously it's really good for you, but it also brings you into the present moment, which is a huge part of being happier. True. That's why we say meditate. That's why I say get yourself where you say, I am safe right now. Where are you right now? What's your present moment feeling? I always say coffee is like a go juice, and tea is like a stop and breathe juice. You are grounding yourself in that moment. You're giving yourself that little health boost. You're making yourself feel better. If you're trying to replace soda, you don't have to just go right to water. Why don't you try cold brew tea? It's, first of all, really good for you. Second of all, will make you drink more water. Have fun with it. And the humor part that we've really gotten into, and the happiness part that we've really gotten into the last year, is our community, forming a community of women that really lifts each other up. We are heavy moderators. I am not here to, if I were to build a Snarky Tea store and some asshole came in and started throwing things off the shelf or disrespecting me or the other people in that group, they're getting thrown the fuck out. That's what happens inside our group. It's a safe place. If you're gonna bring bad vibes in, you're getting shown the door. So our community is our safe place. We moderate it heavily. We are not letting people go fucking rogue in there. You got something nice to say it. You got something mean to say, go somewhere else. It's our store. We will set the tone in there. We make it a very safe place for our community members. I think that is lacking online. If you go into a lot of community spaces, they let people cause arguments, whatever. It causes anxiety. You don't want to be part of that group anymore. We will never have that happen. Like, we are there to protect the people that want to come in there and feel safe. You can say, I've had a shit-ass day, and people are not saying, well, get the fuck up, you're a loser. Like, that would never happen. It's there for us to help women in a more one-on-one way. So we love our community. Our Snark Quad is a sacred space. If you're coming in, please come, and you will be blown away by the group of women that have accumulated there and continue to show up every single day for each other. And are focused on their health and their humor and their happiness and putting those tenets together. And everything we do, we couldn't do without you guys. That's the honest to God's truth. So we can say, oh, what are we doing for women? Well, you are doing so much for that cause. Like, the universe is just working through us, and you guys are just an amazing part of that experience. So we thank you for that. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
That was amazing.
Thanks.
I feel like some snaps are in order, in the club.
You're such a theater kid.
It's a coffee house.
I'm going to stop. Okay, moving on.
Don't ever stop.
What advice do you have for women who are trying to do all the things? Maybe they're moms, trying to have a life. Maybe their job is super demanding, or just there's so much pulling at us, asking us to be in a million different places and doing a million different things. So how do you, because you both do so many things, do all the things and not lose your mind?
I was at an event 3 weeks ago, and talking about Snarky Tea, and it was to a group of entrepreneurial women, and one of the women was like, how do you balance it all? And I'm like, and I don't. Are you serious? I don't. I'm a hot mess. When I sat down at the table after giving my presentation, talking about entrepreneurship and why it's important, I sat down at my phone and I had 4 missed calls from my son's school. He peed his pants. I'm like, Jesus. How do I balance it all? I just try my best. And when you're talking about being in 45,000 different places at once, we're talking again about being present. Just be in one place at once. You can think about the 15,000 things you have to do. I have 3 kids, 7, 5, and 4. And if I think about everything they have to do this week, I'll drive myself crazy. I'm just in the here and now. I'm trying my best to foresee what I can. I'm using calendar apps. I'm doing my best to plan, but I'm not making it a whole thing. I'm reminding myself to stay in one place at one time. Enjoy where you are. We're in this room. We're here. We're together. Isn't that nice? I was just going to the bathroom, and I'm like, cool, we have a bathroom. That's so cool. We come, I don't know how that happened. We have an office, and there's bathrooms everywhere. That's such a thing to be grateful for.
So bougie.
So gratitude and staying in the present moment, and just everything will work out. Just keeping a positive perspective.
What do you think?
I think, obviously I'm not on the level you're. I'm not a mom. I'm not a wife. I'm not any of those things.
You are involved in a lot of things.
I am involved in a few things, but I think for me, prioritizing me time is really important. Even on my busiest day, I take time to decompress and check in with myself and have a moment. And I'm the definition of an ambivert. I can be extroverted when I want to be, and I can be introverted when I want to be. So having that, I think, is a cool quality of my a really cool quality of myself.
That's okay. Feel comfortable self-complimenting.
But yeah, my me time is really important to me. So whether that's reading or listening to music or taking a bath or going to a workout class, that's my me time, and that's how I keep my head clear.
Yeah. I love that.
What about you?
Yeah, what about you?
I kind of would have said the same thing. I feel like I have these very specific things that I do that keep me grounded. So it's like if everything else kind of hits the fan, like there's always key moments where I can come back to myself. So like, for example, the morning routine or evening routine, and like having a consistent go to bed time, like little things that aren't like super glamorous like that, but that are good for me and keep my energy level so that I have the capacity to deal with the ups and downs. I feel like doing those little things that help your energy capacity are things that can help you kind of weather whatever comes.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think we're all just still trying to figure it out too. It's like really hard. But
You never actually figure it out. You spend your whole life trying to
Yeah,
figure it out.
totally.
Never happens.
That's actually something you taught me
yeah.
over the last few years.
Yeah.
Because I'm always something, y'all should know, I'm in a constant identity crisis.
You're always
And
in a
she's-
rush to the finish.
Yeah.
You gotta
And she's
just,
like, just, you're never going to figure it out.
You're never gonna get to the finish.
I'm like, but why not? She's like, it's just never going to happen.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm like,
people
okay.
are trying to
So I
find
had to
themselves
accept
a
that.
lot. You just have
Yeah.
to be yourself.
Just be yourself.
You will find yourself when you are yourself.
Taylor is the coolest person I know. Therefore,
See?
all your qualities.
Samara's
are
my
cool.
biggest
Your
hype
self
man.
compliments are totally acceptable here. This is a safe place. We're allowed to compliment ourselves.
Love it. Yeah, I love that. You're like, I think the
What
coolest
I love
thing
about
myself,
me-
like,
Is great about me, and I think you should think it too.
My 7-year-old's so good at that. She will
She
say,
is.
they had to
I
do a
wanna
thing
be
like,
Eloise.
what do I love about me? And you had 4 bubbles. She started drawing more bubbles to fill in more spaces.
I love that.
And I'm like, okay,
She's
yeah,
the
I love that
best.
for you. Like, I'm so proud of you, and it's amazing.
That's great. We should all do that.
Amen.
Let's do that after this.
Okay.
Okay.
You know where you're going.
Okay, so you write a lot of the copy or most of the copy on like the back of the bags of the product. So if you've bought Snarky Tea teas, then you know that the little excerpts on the back of the bag are incredible. They're life-changing. I feel like sometimes
Life-changing.
Something really
Oh,
cool about
God.
me is that I write life-changing things.
Life-changing
Something
thing.
cool about me.
Okay.
I'm the Hemingway of tea.
So how are you so good at that? And where does the inspiration come from?
Okay.
Like, think about the Mother's Day. You were,
Yes.
remember you were
I
talking about
just
the Mother's
wrote-
Day.
I just wrote the Mother's Day bags. We're in Mother's Day here at Snarky Tea. We're creating some really awesome teas for Mother's Day. My favorite all-time tea is one of the teas that we're creating for Mother's Day. And yeah, I use inspiration from my life, real life things in pop culture. I've always liked to write. And I don't take, even like the products, the way that they come together, I don't take a lot of like personal account for. I think like I know Beyonce and a couple of artists say this, and I do consider myself the Beyonce of tea. But Beyonce always says she's like, the universe works through her. Like, that's how I feel. I'm just open to whatever's coming through. And like, I just start typing. I don't have like an ultra intelligence for this thing. I don't have all these things. I'm just letting like my life experience come through me in my own unique special way, and I'm open with that on the back of the packaging. So if you're reading the back of the packaging, some of them are more like, hey, this is descriptive of what the flavor or vibe is, but some of them are very personal to me. So for our Tea of the Month clubs is like a little piece of my soul gets packaged into the package and sent off every month, and it's in the card. You'll hear like personal things about my life and what inspired parts of the tea, and usually it's like something that came to me in meditation or something like that I don't take any credit for. I mean,
It's a
don't-
download
it's a download
from the unit.
and it's so you're like, oh, calm down, it's not the Mona Lisa, it's fucking tea packaging. I know, but this is my own personal form of art. I really do enjoy writing it. I enjoy talking about. Yeah, it's not the Mona Lisa here. It's a tea bag. It's a bag. It's something, you find it at a Kroger. But
It's
that's
good,
the
though.
way. I just sit and I put on good music and I just write what the tea is to me. What's my personal vibe on that product? So yeah, the backs are my vibe.
Long story short, it's the vibe.
It's the whole vibe.
It's the vibe.
Yeah. So one thing about me is I'm the vibe. So I love that about myself.
Oh my god.
We should have a mug that
I
just
feel
says,
like there's
love
so
me."
many things you've
One
said
thing
so
about
far.
me.
Yeah.
You've said a lot of things that should be stickers.
That was Taylor. One thing about me.
One thing
One
about
thing
Okay.
I love about me is
I'm thinking of
I
all
think
the
it's a really
things-
cool quality about me.
I think one great thing about me is all of it. The whole thing.
I'm the vibe.
am
One
the
thing I
whole
love
vibe.
about me.
Yeah.
There was something else. I'm the Beyonce of tea.
Yeah.
I've been saying that for years, and I
She
truly do
has,
believe
yeah.
that.
That
life
needs to be a
affirming.
sticker. Okay. Last question from me, and then I have like a question from that someone submitted before this, and then we're gonna do the giveaway.
Let's do it.
Okay. What's coming down the line for you, both personally and or with Snarky Tea? Can we dish any?
Okay, so we're
Super
going to announce
secrets.
that I'm pregnant.
Oh.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Joking.
You
I
would not
never.
be.
That will never happen again. My God, that was a joke. Universe. The other day, I was driving down the
Wow.
street and a giant turkey was on the road, off
That
the
was
side
weird.
of the road.
That was really weird.
Wasn't that
I've
weird?
never seen a turkey. That
No
was
one
weird.
has ever seen anything like this.
You've never seen a turkey?
I'm gonna drop it
Not
in the
in real life?
comments. Me,
Pictures.
it's random. It's February. There was a whole bunch of turkeys running around, and there was one with it. It looked like a fake ass turkey. It had all
a boy
its big
turkey.
feathers, and it was just staring at me and like moved its head a little bit. But like I was the only person on the road. There was like a fog happening. I felt very much like I was in like a Johnny Depp movie,
Oh my
some
God.
kind of like dark novel.
Secret window.
Yeah, it was really scary. Anyway,
So
that,
what's coming down the
Yeah.
line?
so what's coming down the line is not pregnancy. That's what the turkey represents, fertility, but it also represents
Wow.
abundance. And I was like, oh my God, LOL. No, thank you, universe.
But
not
yes,
pregnant.
abundance.
Abundance. What's coming down the pike? We're focused right now on, we just got our manufacturing facility up and running, which is so exciting and took quite some time. I thought it was going to take 2 weeks. It took 3 months, which I think is still pretty good.
Yeah.
The team really worked their asses off to get that done. We're growing our team. We're having so much fun. One thing that if you're not in our Snark Squad, you don't know is we have family members that work here. Like we are like a family business, and we've got, you know, people that become family through the business. So we're just like having fun. I don't know. I don't love a long-term goal because I'm just like here in the moment having some fun.
You could say we're experimenting with different avenues.
We
with
have
tea
a
this
couple of
summer.
really exciting new product lines coming down the pike that we will talk to you guys about
In the Snark Squad.
if you're in the Snark Squad. We keep all of our secrets very tight-lipped around here. So if you want to hear about it, you have to join the Snark Squad. But we are experimenting with
Very
two
tight
brand
with
new,
3,000 people.
two new product lines coming down the pike that are things we've never done before. So super excited about that. Really focusing on our herbal blends, getting our game like hundo pay on that because people love our chill kit. We want to deliver you guys the best experience with that.
Really cracked the code.
We've cracked the code on cold brew, as Connor would say, who works here. Yeah, and so we're just like really excited. We are having so much fun, truly, creating new things and and co-creating with the universe and having fun with it. That's what's coming down the pike. New stuff all the time. You
Yeah.
can expect new from us all year.
Yeah.
New ways to brew as well. We've got a lot of exciting stuff in that department. And yeah, just having fun. Let's just keep having fun. That's all we care about.
Anything to add?
No.
Cool beans. Okay.
One thing I love about you is you're very brief. You're very brief.
It's true. That is a good quality.
No, I don't
But
have it.
I am not.
Sorry, I'm not brief.
Okay. This is a submitted question from the Snark Squad. Every time I watch a live with Jenni-Lyn, I literally feel like a superwoman after. Like I can take on whatever is thrown at me. I'm wondering who or what makes you feel like that.
You guys already know. Well, I've already talked
Beyonce.
about Beyonce, about the Spice Girls. I'm a big music listener. In the car every morning, I listen to I Am Woman which is a great. It's not the I Am Woman. That one's good too, but it's the new one. It's called I Am Woman. Who sings it? I don't even know her name. She's amazing.
Emily.
She's awesome. So I love a musical artist, a female musical artist who's like singing some empowering shit. Love
Emily. E-M-M-Y?
Emmy Malie.
M-E-L-I.
M-E-L-I. I Am Woman. Best song ever. Meghan Markle stole it from me and used it as her podcast opening because she probably listens to me. She's probably in the Snarky Tea under a fake pseudonym. And who else inspires me? My kid is very fucking inspirational. As aforementioned, I was watching her recently and I'm like, one thing I love about her is that she always works to include the whole group. Like if somebody's sitting alone, she like runs over and grabs that person and pulls them in and is like constantly trying to like connect people and include people. And I'm like, I need to be doing that all the time because it's the best quality. Like to create connections in the room, like physically, like bringing people into the conversation. I love that.
You know what else is good about her? Is if there's a lull in conversation, she doesn't just say something. She says something of importance.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's really smart.
Good.
Like, she doesn't just, like, I had a good day at school. She's, like, says something that gets everyone at the table involved in the conversation.
Yeah,
Ooh.
super good. She's really
sounds
cool.
great.
She's a vibe. And then my last one, so my daughter, Eloise, Charlotte isn't quite at the inspiration stage. I think maybe one day she will inspire me. Right now, she drives me insane. Still love her, so cute.
She inspires me to give less fucks.
Yeah, she's very inspirational in the no fucks given category.
Yeah.
But if you guys can take away one thing from this conversation, go out and get yourself a Gabby Bernstein book. She's my hero. Gabby Bernstein, The Universe Has Your Back. It's a life changer. She gives me all the good vibes. She is a high vibe hype woman. I love her. Maddie Murphy, who I love, is an astrologer. If you guys want to listen to a really inspirational podcast. Those are my peeps, my girls. You'll notice they're all women. Because that's who I am. I'm a girl's girl.
Also, this song in the warehouse that's playing right now is like definitely a hype song. What is this called? It's Beyonce.
Yeah,
Love on Top.
Love on Top.
Love on Top. Play that song.
The warehouse is
good.
constantly. It feels like a club.
It is a club.
Sometimes we have to like focus on something. We have to have headphones because it'll be like boom, boom. You feel like you're sitting on a woofer. Like it gets so crazy. And sometimes if I have a really crazy call, I'll have to go in and turn it down. I'm like, sorry guys, and they're like, they all turn around. They're sitting there making tea, like.
It's a very mundane activity.
Yeah, they're not even like making the tea like this.
They're just stepping on a pedal.
They're just like, it's really funny. And like the age range here spans.
Yeah.
Like we've got a lot of young people. We've got a lot of, women in their 50s. So this music, like my aunt's back there and she's all, it's really fun. People don't talk enough about like the radio and like what's playing in a space. Like there's a little tug of war that happens. Like sometimes Aunt Kel's in charge and everyone's eye rolling and putting their headphones in. And sometimes Connor's in charge and it feels like we are in a Las Vegas strip club. And that's where we're at today. Connor's in charge. I can tell.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love the Las Vegas strip club vibe.
Strip club.
Strip club
Las Vegas
vibe.
Strip.
Oh.
Club. Jesus. I love a lot of things. One thing about Laura is
One thing about Laura.
she loves a Vegas strip club. Okay, wasn't seeing that for you, but okay. Do you, girl? Do you? Do you? That's why punctuation's important, people.
Are we gonna get banned on Facebook for saying
Maybe.
we might?
I hope so.
Oh my god. Okay. We're done.
And that will close our conversation.
We're gonna do the giveaway.
Okay, great.
If anyone has any last minute questions, pop them in now.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'll be watching.
We're gonna ask the trivia question. One. Right? One?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Laura has real tears.
I have real tears right now. Okay, so we're gonna ask the trivia question. The first person to answer will get the. Are we gonna share what the giveaway is?
Yeah.
The St. Patty's Day collection. The whole thing. The
2
whole
teas
bundle.
and a mug. St. Patty's Day Collection's Irish breakfast. Are we telling everybody? Yeah, Irish potatoes. Which, if you guys don't know what Irish potatoes are, we've got a great video coming from Aunt Kel. You're probably not from Philly, and you probably haven't seen Aunt Kel in her leprechaun costume, which is coming down the pike for you guys to get excited. Cinnamon and coconut, great combination, beautiful tea. Just had it with my lunch. Okay, so that's what you win. Okay, so go ahead.
And the Kiss Me, I'm Snarky mug.
Ooh, we're gonna ask this trivia question, and we were a little loosey-goosey with it. We answered together the first time, but go ahead, answer the question.
Yeah, I feel like
Whatever that first one was.
Yeah. As long as you're correct-ish and you're the first person.
Those are really firm guidelines. Yeah. As long as you almost kind of get it.
You might win.
Yeah, our standards are very low. Very low.
Okay, what is Jenni-Lyn's favorite Snarky Tea? Oh,
Samara answered before you even
knew it. Samara.
We knew
This is
Samara would win.
She's our Nepo baby. She wins all our
Contest.
contests. Why
Costume.
can't I say that? All of our costume. I started looking at myself in the thing. That's why. I don't have contacts on, so I couldn't see myself. I look pretty good. I look good.
Everyone's getting it right, but Samara was
All right,
our little snarky Nepo baby.
Our little snarky nap.
Okay, so you win the St. Patty's Day collection, and if you aren't a part of the Snark Squad, join it now.
Yep.
We'll link it one more time, and we do lots of these, and we're gonna do more that are
Join the Snark Squad. You want to be there.
You do.
We're gonna do more of these that are kind of focused on a theme as well, so that they're like super valuable.
Keep us focused.
I like the unfocused ones too. I think
Yeah, mostly
Those
it's a
are
lot
also
of
cool.
rambling.
because they're personal.
You guys want to be in the Snark Squad. If you're not in the Snark Squad, you're not where it's at. You're not it. You're not the vibe. Join the Snark Squad. It's the
Could be
whole
the
vibe.
One thing I love about you is that you're going to join the Snark Squad.
One thing I love about you is that you are now a member of the Snark Squad. We manifested that.
How about earlier today when you said, this is going to be a quick 20 minutes in and out?
How long was it?
45 minutes.
Damn it. I cannot have one of these less than 45 minutes. I should just be happy we're under an hour. Jesus. I am long-winded,
Yeah.
which is a good fart joke. I could have come up with a good fart joke there to end it, but I just don't have it in me. I'll have to think about it.
Love it. All right,
All right, girls.
that's it. Any last words?
That's it.
I think someone asked if you could pull one thing out of a magic
Oh, yeah.
hat, what would it be and why? So let's end on that. Okay, so what would it be and why? I have no idea.
If I could pull anything out of a magic hat,
Mine is very random, but I'm just going to go with the first thing that came.
you go then.
Conan O'Brien, for some reason, popped up. I love Conan O'Brien. I
Well,
would
if
pull him
that's
out of a
the
magic
route
hat.
we're going, I'm going Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd's a good one. Yeah, Conan O'Brien, for sure. Love him. Pull him right out that hat.
I would pull all
World
of Hawaii.
peace. Hawaii.
All of Hawaii, so that I could be in Hawaii right
That's
now.
a good one. I should have
Can
done
I,
that.
like $1
World
million?
peace.
$1 million?
Oh.
That's all? Why wouldn't you go higher?
Or like $1 bazillion?
$1 bazillion.
Yeah.
A
Is that
trillion,
one
jillion
thing,
dollars.
or is that like?
That's a lot of things.
Is there like a?
Mary Poppins bag of money.
Ooh.
Oh, that
Good
was.
one. Good one. You hacked it.
Out of a hat.
You hacked the ChatGPT.
A Mary Poppins bag out of a Mary Poppins hat
I love
of
it.
money.
A spoonful of sugar. A spoonful of Snarky makes the medicine go down, girls.
Yeah. A spoonful of Snarky makes the bullshit go away.
Oh, I love that.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's also a sticker.
That's a good
New
sticker.
Is it
taglines.
already a sticker?
You're welcome.
We should have taken notes on sticker ideas for
I know.
this.
Can someone, like whoever was the secretary for this, can you send those?
Darla,
Darla.
send me my notes.
What's that from?
Nothing,
Play
I
you're
just
in?
made it
Oh.
up.
I was like,
It's
an oddly specific name, Darla.
I didn't want to.
I don't remember that
Little
from.
rascals.
Yeah.
I didn't want to offend anyone in case their name was whatever.
What if there's a Darla? How do you know? I
just-
so hope there's someone in the Snark Squad named Darla. If there's a Darla in the Snark Squad, she's getting the full St. Patty's Day collection. We're going to check. We have to Google now. We have to look it up and see.
Ashley wants to know if there's a certain herb we've been trying to work with.
Herb? Yes. There's like 5 of them that I can't get to work.
What's
Yeah.
that one flavor that you really want that nobody else likes?
I like an elderberry, which I love. We do work successfully with it sometimes, but I want
And
something a little bit
blueberry apple
stronger. We had a little bit of success with no, we never figured out the pomegranate either.
No, that's true.
Really want to work with a pomegranate. That would be a big one. If anybody has any pomegranate tips for me, please.
Everyone's
come
changing
through
their
a
name
little-
to Darla.
Hello, Emily's Emily. Hello, my
Emily
name is-
Darla. Hello. Darla Kennedy. Okay.
Okay,
That's
all
it.
right. That's it. We're wrapping up.
XOXO.
Happy almost St. Patty's Day.
Brenda Wood, I love you. And the fact that you're like 15 minutes late on the quiz. That's amazing.
I love it.
I love it so much. Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Were we 15 minutes late?
No.
Was it just supposed to be half hour?